We've had extraordinary economic growth here and around the world, right? But a lot of it has been on the back of massive amounts of resource extraction and pollution. We have to have a smaller economy if we don't want to kill the planet. There is no other alternative.
We are caught in double binds everywhere. Our economy is almost in a war with our planet. There's only one winner in that, and it's not the economy.
So we've kind of become used to this idea of infinite growth. There's no such thing. There are constraints, and the constraints so far have been ignored because we've just said we won't price the cost of emissions, we won't price the cost of pollution. And look at what we've done, right, in terms of our addiction to cars, our addiction to flying, our addiction to fertilizer. All of these things are part and parcel of us wanting more, more, more.
The youth have made a particular impression this year in terms of climate change through the climate strikes. You've seen a big upheaval of students around the country, around the world, kind of standing up for our future. I think this is a reflection of our concern and our worries for the future. We've kind of been left with this tragic state.
In our climate action plan, what we're asking people to do is start preparing for climate change, start making the transitions that they're going to need to make.
Fundamentally, I think we need to think about what is our personal contribution.
How we live, how we eat, how we waste, how we purchase. The first step is to start thinking about that.
I think we're just going to have to change our behaviour. It's going to have to be a collective effort, and I think that starts with kind of the urban planning and kind of future-proofing Queenstown.
When we look at the stats from the Tonkin and Taylor report, our carbon footprint in Queenstown is really high, the carbon footprint of our residents. It's around 18 tonnes per person per year. It really, really needs reducing.
The three things we can do: drive less, fly less, consume less. Because our carbon footprint comes from not just our driving, but what we buy, because every piece of product that you buy has embodied emissions in it. And the less stuff you have, the less stuff you use, the less we're contributing to the damage to our planet.
As an organisation, we've signed up to the tourism industry's sustainability commitment, which enables us to measure and approach how we go about our daily business in a way that, is sustainable in all senses of the word. We're joining the rest of the world and many other people in saying we need to protect this, enhance it, restore it.
Think about how you might reduce your tonnage from 18 to 2. And given that transport's probably half of that, it's a really, really good place to start.
I think Queenstown is in an interesting place because the last few years we've been tending towards urban kind of sprawl, and that doesn't necessarily lend itself towards the most sustainable modes of transport. If we can densify our kind of urban living and create centres where we can walk and ride bikes and have public transport, it will be far more sustainable.
I'm a huge proponent of the potential for downtown Queenstown in particular to be a car-free zone. I've visited and loved car-free towns in other parts of the world, and we could so do it here because our geography would lend itself to that.
I've done, on my beautiful moustache bike, 8,000 Ks in 2.5 years. My partner and I have one car between us, but I seldom use it. So my mindset has completely changed.
I mean, we're a very different place today that we were, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. We have to, both as a community and in what we do, continue to evolve and adapt and be flexible and nimble.
Queenstown's in a very privileged place, I think, because we are a kind of global destination for tourism. We have a lot of power in that sense, as we can kind of be one of the climate leaders of tomorrow, and I think it's more our leadership that can actually have a big influence in what we do.